Welcome back to Crazy Ball TV. Thank you so much for joining me for another edition of the EPL review. We're going to go through some of the games that went on over the weekend. Please share, subscribe, and like. Don't forget the notification bell for notification purposes. Everybody knows that I love Liverpool. Liverpool haven't played yet. We play tomorrow, so we'll discuss that a little bit later. So we will get with the matches that went on today. There were some nice matches, a few shockers. Pressure is kicking in for some people. We shall not mention any names. Let's start with West Ham versus Chelsea. Chelsea have spent over £600 million and still it seems like they can't buy a win. Things are getting real difficult with them. Of course, we understand they need to gel. It will take time for all these players to gel. They got a couple of players that are very interesting. They're going to be pretty good. Chelsea, if they kick off with the team that they have, it's going to be a very tough team to beat. Still, there are some players that you look at them like they are not cut out for the EPL. As I said, it's just the beginning. This is like the few matches they have played. So we're not going to mention any names, who and that, but we know Enzo is a baller. That guy is playing very well for Chelsea. It's a slow burner for him, but you could tell that this guy is going to be a force. Mudryk, it seems like he's taking a little bit time than people expected. When he first started against Liverpool, he played very well, and everybody was like, this guy is going to get off and just keep going, but he's struggling right now. Felix, he got more experience in terms of how long he's been playing, but he's still a little, you could tell this guy's going to be a problem. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. This guy is going to be a problem. And I wish Liverpool can get him and replace Bobby. That's the guy I've been crying for years. I said, this is the direct replacement for Bobby if Liverpool is going to continue to play that false 9, 4-3-3 high line attack. He is the man. He scored a goal. It looked like Chelsea was going to win this match. West Ham was struggling. They could not deal with the speed and the pace of how Chelsea was moving the ball. But eventually they settled down. And when they settled down, they turned the table on Chelsea. And now Chelsea was the one who felt like they were under pressure. So the game was pretty entertaining. It was a little bit of seesaw here and there. You could see like Chelsea players are still trying to figure themselves out. They don't know each other yet. That's a lot of players to come in one team in 2 windows. That's way too fast. West Ham, on the other hand, could have won the match, but VAR called it back. I would say 1-1. It was a pretty even match, but I felt like West Ham should have won the match. West Ham should have won. Chelsea created some player chances. They had the most dangerous chances, but I think West Ham should have won the match. And Chelsea, yeah, like I said, it's going to take them a while to figure this thing out. Arsenal played Brentford. It didn't look like Brentford was scared of Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal had most of the ball. Arsenal was playing sexy football. Talking about sexy football, they were playing too much sexy football. It seems like somebody had forgotten to tell them, you are at the part of the race where just win. It doesn't matter how you win. You just put the ball in the back of the net and win the match. Get your 3 points and move on to the next match. I think that Arsenal was playing way too much sexy football. They would just want to basically tiki-taka themselves all the way into the net. Brentford wasn't scared. And Brentford had a lot of chances where they could have put it away and it could have cost Arsenal 3 points. But, when they brought Trossard from the bench, I think he was a little more dangerous than what Martinelli was giving them. And he scored a goal, thanks to Saka. But right afterwards, I think less than 10 minutes, and then Tony, they put the pressure on them. And look at Tony. Tony put the ball in the back of the net. So with me, it seems like the way the matches are going, it seems like Arsenal is starting to feel a little bit of pressure, especially losing to Everton and not getting 3 points at home. You're supposed to be the best team right now. You're playing the best game right now, and you're feeling a lot of pressure. And you could see from their fans now, now we're not going to mention any names, but the pressure is starting to kick in. And if you need any advice to beat City, just win the match. It doesn't matter how you win it. Trying to play sexy football is going to run out. You're going to get a team like Brentford or Brighton who are not scared. They got the runners. They got energized players who could go toe-to-toe with anybody. And they have the heart to play 90 minutes. So if you play teams like that, you're going to be in trouble. If you look at City, they don't care. Sometimes they get hit into a wall and they find a way to win. Hence the reason why they brought Haaland in. So Arsenal won, Brentford won, good game. Crystal Palace and Brighton 1-1. I did not see this one coming. Did not, even though the game was in London, I did not see this one coming. I thought Brighton was going to win this. As a matter of fact, they were up 1-0 and Crystal Palace came back on them. Tompkins scored the goal. And then for Brighton, it was Marsh. Marsh has been getting him some goals in there. Fulham versus Forest, I was expecting it. As I said, Forest do not do well when they go away. Fulham is a team on form. I mean, you saw how they played against Chelsea. They are not scared. When they are on 2-0. This is the one that surprised everybody. Leicester versus Spurs. In my first video, I said, high chance it's a draw. If anybody's going to win, it's going to be Spurs. I think that's what I said. But I said, Spurs don't do well when they go on away games, right? Leicester put them beating on them 4-1. Bentancur is the one who scored for you guys. Mendy, Maddison, Iheanacho, and then Barnes. Most of their main players who have been very quiet for a long time are the one who stepped up and beat Spurs 4-1. After beating City, and then you lose to Spurs. You lose to Leicester. That does not make sense. This Conte experiment called Conte ball is not working for them. Southampton and Wolves, that was an interesting one. I was expecting to be possibly like a draw. I thought Southampton was going to win because nobody sees where Wolves scores their goals, even though they hit Liverpool with 3 goals. They were able to come back from a goal down and beat Southampton 2-1. And now we are hearing that they're looking at Jesse Marsh to come coach them. They just fired their new coach. I believe the coach in Southampton was new this year. And now they fired him and then they were talking to Jesse Marsh because he's somebody that they have always wanted. Forward, Bournemouth and Newcastle, another match that I did not see coming. How did Newcastle, the team that's supposed to be in the top 4, the team that's challenging, all this stuff, and you went to Bournemouth and drew 1-1. That does not make any sense. You're drawing too many games and eventually it's going to catch up to you because this is the stretch. This is where these top teams can go on a 10 games winning streak. Hence the reason why I'm saying that Arsenal needs to figure a way to just win. Stop playing sexy football, trying to be the best team at a game. All you need to do is just win. Well, moving forward, today on Sunday, there was a couple matches, Leeds versus Manchester United. Leeds was horrible. This was Man U. Man U was also not playing well, but ended up beating them in the last 15 minutes, where Rashford and Garnacho scored the very, very good goal. Especially Garnacho's goal was very good. Rashford's goal was also a very, very slick striker goal. He peeled out away from the defenders and the ball came in, nice cross from Shaw, and it was in the back of the net, even though VAR tried. City versus Aston Villa. This game, it looked like Aston Villa came there not to lose. They didn't make any effort. City was on them. 4 minutes in, and then Rodri has scored the goal. The crazy thing is, after they scored the 3 goals in first half, Pep decided to make a few changes, which I understand. Haaland, I think, had a knock, so they were like, we don't want to risk him since the Emirates game is coming up. And then they subbed in Diaz because the ref was on him. He was about to get a red card, so he already had a yellow card for talking smack to the ref. But after that, when they brought Coutinho in, and I think they made another change, and Aston Villa somehow, some way had an energy and they went at them. Like they scored a goal thanks to Watkins. And then Pep was nervous. Pep was nervous. Let's be honest. Pep was nervous because he also made some subs and brought some defenders in who could help show up this win. Even though they were up 2, it didn't look like they were comfortable. Like I said, this team is not Pep's team at all. This is not how Pep teams usually plays. Usually they will take care of business and then they move on to the next. They were very, very stressed on this one, but everybody knew this was going to be a 3-point. They had a point to prove, especially losing to Spurs, and then also with the charges that have been afforded to them. So they have us against the world mentality. So everybody was expecting them to win. If they had lost today, their league would have been over. But anyway, tomorrow Liverpool plays Everton at Anfield. This is the Merseyside derby, the friendly derby as they call them in some quarters. This is going to be interesting. Tomorrow, we heard all the chitty chatter from Klopp, so we want to see whatever he's going to come up. We already heard that Thiago is injured. He has a hip issue. We don't know how long, because Liverpool players, when they get injured, they say, oh, it's not that long, and then it's like 6 weeks. So we don't even know how long this is going to be. I think he's probably going to start Henderson and Keita with Fabinho in the back in the six, just to make sure he uses experienced players. Although I do believe that Besichek is going to come in, but I don't think he's going to start him. These guys are going to run us ragged. I mean, they have Onana and them boys can run. They got energy and they got legs, something that we don't. Thiago missing the match is a big blow for us. So hopefully, it's a quick turnaround, but Liverpool needs to win tomorrow. Yes, Bobby, Virgil, Jota, and Ato are all back. So I'm expecting them to be on the bench, but I don't think he's going to put them in just yet. Possibly Virgil. Other than that, I don't mind him putting Nat Phillips in there because this game is just going, dash ball. It's going to be ball crossing over and over. And he shouldn't play high line if you're going to play Nat Phillips. There's no way it makes sense to play Nat Phillips and a high line. It does not make any damn sense. But anyway, that's Liverpool tomorrow. We heard all the chitty-chatter about Klopp and FSG coming out, especially Henry coming out saying this summer we're going to give Klopp the money he needs. Klopp also coming out saying he takes responsibility for all the crap that's going on and he expecting to rebuild in the summer. We heard this all before. Now, Klopp, show us what you're going to do match by match, because that's why it's going to let the fans know that you are actually thinking about the future and the Klopp 2.0 is actually going to be in effect. Other than that, we don't want to hear anything. So that's what I have for tomorrow. Hopefully, LFC comes out, because we cannot afford to drop any points tomorrow. We don't want to draw. We don't want to lose. 3 points only. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This is the EPL review. We'll be back on Tuesday for LFC Vibes. Thank you so very much. Please share, subscribe, like, notification bell. This is Crazy Bold, Archie. Peace.